Do you know your numbers? Dun dun dun!
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I want to go over knowing your blood sugar levels. Do you know your numbers? Understanding your numbers and knowing how to manage them. Now when I say blood glucose levels, I also mean blood sugar. Some people are like, well, what is glucose? Well, it's just sugar. So some of you have heard of blood sugar. My blood sugar numbers, my blood sugar range, same thing. So some of you are asking, so what is a normal blood sugar range? What's a normal blood sugar level? Well, a fasting blood sugar level between 70 to 99 milligrams per deciliter, this is considered normal. That's normal. That's a good optimal level to have, 70 to 99 milligrams per deciliter. That's normal. A fasting blood glucose level of 100 to 125 milligrams per deciliter. These numbers indicate an impaired glucose level. Okay, that's getting in the higher range there, especially if it's fasting. And when I say fasting, you haven't had anything to eat for the past 8 hours. Like say if your appointment's at 8 o'clock for blood work, you won't have anything else to eat after midnight. And then if it's within this range, then that's a higher range. And they call that range pre-diabetes range. Okay, that impaired level, which is the pre-diabetic range. Now, a total greater, well, 126 and above, 126 and above, that is known as diabetes. That's when you're in the diabetic levels, okay? And I'm talking fasting. I'm not talking after breakfast or lunch and then you have those levels. That's why you have to be fasting when you go for your blood glucose levels. Very important that you haven't had anything to eat within those 8 hours before your appointment, okay? Now, the reason why I say fasting is because a normal blood sugar can be between 147 and 140 milligrams per deciliter. The Mayo Clinic says that that a healthy adult without diabetes should maintain a glucose level between 70 and 140 milligrams per deciliter. But that's not fasting. That's not fasting at all, okay? So keeping the blood sugar levels within a healthy range can reduce the risk of diabetes and heart disease within the long run. So it's important to know your numbers in this case because you'll know how to proceed after this point. You'll have to know, what are my options at this point? It's important to note that any blood sugar level under 70, especially if it's 60 and below, that is cause for concern. That is known as hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar. Anything over 126, 140, over that's hyperglycemia, which is high blood sugar. It is important to know the difference. Now, another thing we need to consider is your hemoglobin A1C. If you're diabetic, you know what that is. If you're not diabetic, you don't even know what that stands for. People in the medical field, we know what it stands for. The hemoglobin A1C is a blood test that measures the average level of blood sugar over the past 2 to 3 months within your bloodstream. So what the doctor will do, now they want this to be fasting as well, okay? So fasting at least 8 hours for that, which means no eating at all. Now you can drink water, but just no eating any food for 8 hours. Like I said, it measures the average level of blood sugar or glucose in your blood for the past 2 to 3 months. And it does that by assessing the percentage of the hemoglobin within and the protein within the red blood cells. Okay. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is just a protein. It's a protein found in your blood. It's a protein found in the red blood cells that is coated with sugar. And if that's a large number of that within your bloodstream, then it shows that your body has been inundated with the sugar over the past 2 to 3 months.
Hemoglobin is a protein found in your red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. A1C is a type of glycated hemoglobin, which is attached or bound to the sugar or the glucose in your blood. The A1C is created after the red blood cells and the sugar has interacted with each other. The higher the blood sugar levels and the more the sugar binds to the hemoglobin, the greater the amount or the levels of the A1C. The A1C will be higher.
So an A1C level below 5.7%, that's a point, that's considered normal. Okay? A1C between 5.7 to 6.4. A1C from 5.7 to 6.4, that indicates pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetic levels, okay? So we can get rid of this to make a little bit more room. So 5.7 to 6.4% is pre-diabetes level, okay? So a hemoglobin A1C greater than 6.4% is, of course, known as diabetes, okay? So if you're above 6.4% is known as a diabetic. You are definitely a diabetic at this point, and you have to do things, change your lifestyle, change your diet. You have to do things to bring those numbers down. Now, can you reverse these numbers? Sure. For the most part, folks can, just by, limiting their sugar intake, monitoring them, and increasing your exercise. There's so many things. I just wanted to let you know the importance of monitoring the A1C levels, because it actually helps the providers evaluate how well the blood sugar has been managed over time. So if a diabetic comes into the doctor's office and says, oh yeah, I've been on top of my sugars and I've been checking and I've been eating right, everything's been good. But when he or she checks the hemoglobin A1C and they see that you're within this range, or God forbid, above this, like say 7.2%, A1C at a 7.2% or 8%, I've even seen them, I've seen some really high A1C, like over 10. Like some people come in and their hemoglobins are like way over 10%. And that's a dangerous level. So you don't want to run into other problems when your blood sugar gets above that amount. So the doctor will know just by doing the A1C. They'll be like, yeah, well, according to your A1C, you have not been monitoring your blood sugar. You have not been monitoring your diet. You haven't been doing what you need to do to bring those numbers down, because the 2 to 3 month period shows us otherwise. So that's why they do the hemoglobin A1C. Now, glucose is essential for energy, but an excessive amount will overtax your system. So we don't want to do that. You definitely want to maintain a balanced diet, because maintaining the right balance of glucose in your blood, within your bloodstream, is the key to good health. I mean, either too low is not good either, or too high, as we all know, is not good. It can lead to health issues. If it's too low, you can become dizzy and pass out, or have other issues, God forbid. You don't want that. So regularly checking your glucose levels can help you understand how your body is actually burning off the glucose in your bloodstream. And there you have it. Your fasting blood sugar levels. Thank you for watching. And remember to keep your range within 70 to 99 milligrams per deciliter, which is considered normal. And as far as your hemoglobin A1C test, you want to keep it below 5.6% overall. And just remember that tests the range of 2 to 3 months of your elevated blood sugar. So you want to keep it within that range, okay? You do that, follow some of the tips I gave you, and I will share a couple of little healthy snacks down and below in the description to kind of help you with maintaining that healthy blood sugar level. Whether you're diabetic or not, it's good to maintain it anyway, to keep those levels healthy. And thanks again for watching. Click like, share, and comment, subscribe, and especially comment. I love it when you guys comment It lets me know you're engaging and you like the content. If there's anything you'd like for me to talk about, which I will be sharing more, know your numbers along the way. I'm going to go through some other levels that you need to be mindful of, like your cholesterol level, your hemoglobin, your iron levels. All of that stuff's important. So just be on the lookout. A lot of these videos take a while to put together and edit. So it looks like I'm gonna probably only be doing the educational videos once a week because it's very time consuming and I have other projects going on. So I have to find a balance. And in between, I'll do a little shorts here and there. So I hope you find the information helpful. And like I said, if you want me to speak on a particular subject and break it down to you to where even grandma can understand it, I'm trying to make them as simple as possible to where everybody can understand it, not healthcare professionals, because we already know this stuff. I'm not talking to the healthcare professionals. I want to talk to the regular person who's like, well, what do these numbers mean? What does all that mean? You're the one who I want to talk to. So if you have any questions or any concerns about something you want more understanding, I can research it for you. If I don't know anything about that particular condition, I can research it. But I've been an ER nurse for a long time, and before that, I was on the floor. I was a med-surg tele nurse, so I've got some experience. And whatever I don't know, like I said, I will do the research and I will find out the information for you. So just stay tuned, be mindful, and I will bring the information to you, and hopefully it will be helpful and it can help you with your overall health. This is Nurse Sabrina saying thank you for watching my channel. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and like if you liked it. And you have a great day. Thank you.